Joe, don't smoke in the videos. You will scare the young people watching. Smoking in the videos is something left over from the past, like ashtrays in church pews. It's gone today, this smoking. Smoking in the radio studios, smoking on television, gone. I started in broadcasting when I was in my early 20s. Most of the people that I work with were older, 40 and 50 years of age. And most of them are gone today. I was thinking about that yesterday when I saw that Paul Harvey had died. And I thought I would ask on the YouTube, am I wrong? But is perhaps Paul Harvey the last of a breed of broadcasters? And there is no one else now that does what he does? It saddens me a little bit. I hate it when things go away. I think it has to do with being old and not wanting anything to go away. Like cleaning the house. We actually made progress this weekend with some friends. And they cleaned the house for me and I watched. Boxes of memories and things. Just don't want those memories messed with. But memories aren't really things that are in boxes, are they? They're up here. I was thinking about the one time that I had a chance to meet Paul Harvey. It was in Southern Oregon. And I was asked to MC a dinner, and I was told that the guest speaker would be Paul Harvey. I thought, wow. He was a mega giant in broadcasting way back then. It was during that Vietnam War era. That was a troubling time. Well, I debated on it, actually. There were several things that came to play in my mind immediately. One, this is a free dinner, and it'll probably be a good one. Number two, they pay you for these kind of things, so it would mean money. And number three, I would have a chance to meet this icon in broadcasting. All seemed good. But there was a problem with the icon, Paul Harvey, in broadcasting. And that was that he was in favor of the Vietnam War, and I was not. And I did not know if I could sit and talk to him without an argument. It didn't bother me if they were one of the greatest broadcasters in the United States of America. Not at all. That would not stop me from telling him what I thought. Why, I have spoken to presidents about what I thought. I'm a pretty direct kind of guy when it comes to people being killed. And it's our youth. I'm always kind of opposed to war. Never going to change. So after thinking it all out, I don't know if it was the free dinner or the money or the meeting of Paul Harvey that made me say, yes, I will do this. And before the speeches at the dinner, of which I can't even remember what club it was, some rifle club or something, I don't remember. I just don't know. I don't remember that. But I do remember having dinner with Paul Harvey, along with some other people at the table. It immediately, and things did that back then, it immediately went to the Vietnam War. And I made myself perfectly clear. The draft is un-American. Where does the draft fit into the Constitution of the United States of America? Where? I looked at Paul Harvey, expecting his conservative roots would give me an answer, and then I would go for his jugular vein. It was a kind of a mixed group of people. The other people yelled at me about how the draft was as American as apple pie, and Paul Harvey stayed very quiet, and it continued that way through the entire conversation. And as the conversation came to an end, Paul Harvey made his observation, and it was this. You guys listen to my show next Wednesday. Now, it could have been a Thursday or a Friday, because I can't remember the day. Yet, I will remember that broadcast because I listened to it. Another thing I remember was as he passed by me as I had left the podium and announced that his presence was here and he was coming up to speak. We passed briefly, and Paul Harvey said, "Look at your watch, 42 minutes and some seconds." I can't remember the seconds. So I looked at my watch, and Paul Harvey began to speak and tell stories like only he could do. It was a very good speech. And when he finished, and he said, "Good day," looked at my watch, 42 minutes and some seconds. That's what a professional can do. And on that radio program, the one he told us to listen to on that Wednesday, Paul Harvey, the arch-conservative, the man in favor of the war, said, "Mr. President, this war is wrong." Something to that effect. I think he even said, "You are wrong." Not to a group of people at the table, but to the entire world he said it. One of the chips falling off the building before it collapsed, saving American youth and bringing peace to the world again as the war in Vietnam ended. This is really what professionals do. He had thought about it, but he told everybody all at one time. So the man I thought was against me at the table was really for me. I thought it was pretty neat, and I thought it was pretty professional. But I have to say, it's a scary thing as we see these legends in broadcasting, those that started in radio and stayed in radio, who could tell stories and paint a beautiful picture with words on a background of silence. Paul Harvey is truly a loss to the broadcasting profession and to the world. There just aren't any more like him, if you will excuse me.